The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Not only is the Prime Minister refusing to rule out future decriminalization across the country that has just failed in BC, he's now just announced he plans to spend even more tax dollars on narcotic opioids. According to the Vancouver Chief of Police, 50% of the recovered hydromorphone was originated with government programs handing it out as so-called safe supply. This program has led to a 166% increase in drug deaths across the country since it was brought in. Why won't he accept my common sense plan to stop giving out deadly drugs and start giving out treatment?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Yeah, why not focus on treatment instead of drugs?
The Leader of the Opposition proposes to return to the failed Harper-era approaches on opioids that their own former advisor, Benjamin Perrin, called obsolete and immoral. Mr. Speaker, over the past number of years, we've invested in a compassionate, science-based, evidence-grounded approach that includes harm reduction, that includes approaching with a public health lens on this. It also includes investing in housing, in mental health supports, in frontline workers, in addiction treatment and recovery programs. These are the things that move us forward, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, when we were in government, there were 60% fewer overdose deaths. This problem accelerated after he brought in these radical programs that are not done anywhere else to give corrupt pharmaceutical companies money to hand out more drugs. David McAvoy, an addiction outreach worker right here in Ottawa, says that he witnesses the so-called safe supply clients diverting their taxpayer-funded drugs to the black market, and that they are given, quote, an insane quantity of drugs. Will the Prime Minister stop giving out insane quantities of heroin-grade opioids and start bringing treatment so we can bring our loved ones home drug-free?
Whoa.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I don't know that any Canadian would think that adding more ideology to our approach to public health, dealing with the opioids epidemic, is a solution, and yet that's the only thing that the Conservative Party seems to offer. We will continue to be grounded in a compassionate, science-based approach that works with local partners, that attempts to provide the kinds of wraparound services, whether it's housing, whether it's healthcare, whether it's addiction treatment and recovery, whether it's culturally appropriate services for those who need it. We will continue to be there to help heal people, not imprison them.
The Honourable Leader.
Yeah, they let everyone out of prison.
They're there to help kill people right now. That's exactly what they're doing. And
Oh, he's going to get in trouble for that.
Mr. Speaker,
He's going to get in big trouble for that.
Coming. Calm.
I don't know what rule that broke, but that was harsh.
We are going to, the Speaker will come back to this issue. I'll allow the Honourable Member to continue his questions. 24 seconds on the clock.
He didn't break nothing.
Is his policy killing people? But this Prime Minister is by far the most radical ideologue who's ever occupied that job. Yes. But always with these radical policies comes profiteering. The companies that are making the money off of the opioids that are funded by Canadian taxpayers, and it is indeed sick, Mr. Speaker. Will the Prime Minister agree to release all of the contracts for those pharmaceutical companies?
Ooh, that was a W moment. I thought the House Speaker was going to kick him out or give him a warning. That was good. That was good.
Mr. Speaker, we are facing right across the country a toxic drug and opioid epidemic that is taking lives left, right, and center, that is hurting communities, that is hurting family members who are losing loved ones at an alarming rate, that is something we need to respond to. And we have continued to work, jurisdiction by jurisdiction, in thoughtful ways to try and do everything possible to both keep communities safe and to keep families from suffering these further losses and support people struggling with addiction. We will continue to be grounded in evidence and support.
Right on. The Honourable Member from Vaughan Woodbridge.
Mr. Speaker, as you know, more Canadians are now renting than ever before. These renters, many of whom are seniors or on fixed incomes, face rising rents and rent eviction threats. Can the Prime Minister tell this House what our government is doing to help them stay...
Colleagues, I know it is Wednesday. I know that members...
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
They're ready to go, but it's really important that we take the opportunity to listen to the questions. It will be from the top because the Speaker can't help it. The Honourable Member from Vaughan Woodbridge from the top, please.
Mr. Speaker, if I can make a point of order.
Oh!
No, the Honourable Member is an experienced member. He knows that there are no points of order during question period. The Honourable Member can raise a point of order after question period.
Yeah, you silly goose.
From the top, please.
You got
Mr.
caught.
Speaker, as you know, more Canadians are now renting than ever before. These renters, many of whom are seniors or on fixed incomes, face rising rents and rent eviction threats.
Oh,
Can the
man.
Prime Minister tell this House what our government is doing to help them stay in their homes and
That's
enjoy
pretty funny.
and stable accommodation?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, I agree with the member for Vaughan Woodbridge that more needs to be done for renters. That's why we're unlocking well over 600,000 new rental homes across the country for the middle class, investing $1.5 billion to keep affordable apartments affordable, and introducing a new Renters' Bill of Rights to protect renters. The Leader of the Opposition doesn't seem to worry about renters. He was housing minister in a government that pulled out of housing, and now he wants to raise the taxes on apartment construction and continues to delay debate on his own housing proposal because he knows it doesn't measure up. We will not rest until we level the playing field for renters.